Hi, I'm Bob Labbitt with Emerson Climate Technologies, and I'm here with Don Sullivan, Senior Product Manager for Emerson Power Transmission and Browning Products. Don, how are you?
I'm doing good, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing real well. You know, we have hundreds of wholesale locations across the U.S. that are selling Browning belts and shivs and the complete line of products. And what I wanted to ask you today was, can you give us some information on how these branches would get support, or the tools that you have to support them day to day as they do their job to select and sell the Browning product line?
Certainly. You know, one of the things we have, Bob, is a very robust suite of tools on our site, www.emerson-ept.com. There's a very quick self-registering process, and once you're in, there's a whole suite of tools, everything from videos, PowerPoint presentation, installation instructions, online catalogs, efficiency calculators. There's an edge selection tool where customers can go in and they can put all the drive criteria they have, their motor horsepowers, their shaft speeds, and what we can actually do in that program is design the drive right there for them. There's a smart interchange function, so if you want to go and do smart interchange, you can take a competitor's part or description. We'll tell you exactly what that part number is for us. It's a great way to do it. Now, not everyone has access to those internet tools all the time.
Yeah, and the guys can get pretty busy in the branch, so in a lot of cases it's stuff that they'd like right there in their hands.
Exactly, and that's really what we've done with this book right here. This is our belt drive and bearing pocket reference guide. And what we've really done is taken the most frequently asked questions that we get, and we've taken our large catalog and condensed it to this for those most frequently asked questions. And what a contractor or a customer can do is put this in their pocket, and they have just about everything they need to understand troubleshooting problems with a drive, knowing how to lubricate a bearing and at what frequency, how to tension a belt.
Wow.
Lots of information here. A lot of questions that come back from the field are, I have a broken belt, can I upgrade to a notched belt? I've got a notch, can I go back to a wrapped? A lot of questions about interchangeability of belts. I'll give you an example here in the book. If you go to page 41.
I'm there.
What you have is a table for different styles of belts.
Mm-hmm.
Now what we have here in front of us is a B and a BX belt. This one is a B38, for example. But if you look at a B belt there on page 41 and you scroll across to a pitch diameter, let's just pick in B belts a 5-inch pitch diameter. Mm-hmm. What horsepower do you see there for a B belt?
6.16.
Right. So roughly 6.16 horsepower in a 5-inch pitch diameter. If you flip the page, look at a BX, which is this style, with a 5-inch pitch diameter. And on a BX with a 5-inch pitch diameter,
wow, 8 horsepower.
8 horsepower. You go up about 30% in horsepower. Now what does that mean for the customer? Well, you're having a higher design factor built into it. So if you're having a problem with premature belt failure and you're currently using this style, you can not only get better efficiency out of this style, but you get about 30% more horsepower carrying capability in your belt.
Does that happen to translate into longer life?
It can, yes, because you have the higher design factor. Now, the opposite is not always true. If you're starting with this and you move back to this, you're going to decrease the amount of horsepower that it can carry, and you'll have the opposite effect. So you can move in this direction and certainly upgrade your belt and be assured of that. If customers have questions, one of the best things they can do is contact our application engineering department. On the back of this pocket guide is not only our website address and our telephone numbers, but there's a listing here for application engineering. Mm-hmm. They're staffed till 6 p.m. Eastern Time every day, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
It's staffed by some of our most experienced personnel, and they can literally answer any question you may have regarding a belt drive or a bearing question. And they can cover failure mode analysis, sizing of product, interchange of product, any technical question you have at all about the product, they're there to answer it for you.
Okay, I'll tell you what, this is a great tool. You know, while we're talking about the product and our wholesalers, when when a wholesaler starts to stock up a branch and put in the belts that they need, and maybe we're talking about them getting into some of the iron products, how do they know what they need to do to stock up? What products do they put in? Is there a suggested list of products for them for a branch, a specific branch?
We do. To answer your question, Browning has probably a more broad experience range with what parts to stock than any other vendor in the world. And the reason is we have an OEM specification that's second to none. Most of original equipment manufacturers work with us not only for the quality of our products, but the other values and features that we bring to the table with design standpoint and so forth. So there's a huge installed base of Browning-based product in the marketplace. So we understand what those part numbers are, what needs to be stocked on a shelf. And what we can do is take our templates of those products and tailor it to a specific size branch. So if you're in a larger metropolitan area and you have a higher number of high rises, for example, the part mix that you have is a little bit different than what you might have in a smaller location where you just have strip mall type equipment. So we can tailor it based on the metropolitan size you're serving, the type of construction that's in that area, and help you get the right product mix.
So then if they talk to their distribution services sales manager, he can work with Browning and
Absolutely.
we can help them out. So,
Absolutely.
And I guess probably one of the great things about all this is that you're working with all the major equipment manufacturers. So that's putting that installed base of Browning products out there, and that means replacements for our distribution.
A lot of people looking for replacements.
That's awesome. So we like the business. Don, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your time. We appreciate your time. And thank you for joining us for this edition of Taking It to the Streets.